It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Bijan Robinson. He's riding high after last week. Over 250 yards on the ground. It's the Falcons and the Seahawks on EA Sports.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book had in any offense.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That complete. Hits Tyler Scott with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Oh, good move. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 46. The throw over the middle, taken in. On a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the Falcons' 43-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice pass start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions. Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And Stroud now to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total scary. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. That good for 19 and a first down. Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Chase Claypool from 13 yards out. And the Falcons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention that they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel. And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively at 2nd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Going right back to Smith-Njigba. And the Seahawks are going to be set up for the first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Scott from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On the Seahawks 45-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. You talk about this Seahawk defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing now is Stroud. Got a man, it's London. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6.
Second and 6 at the 15-yard line.
On the bootleg, Stroud. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here goes Stroud again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Stroud to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Stroud. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts from 4 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. But he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 14th. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the...
This is intercepted. And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Stroud looking to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Fant on the short completion. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 41-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll go down at the 28. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up the first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And this is so uncharacteristic for him this season. Back-to-back interceptions from the guy who's taken really good care of the ball so far this season. Got to give credit to the defensive coaches, the players on the opposing sideline. Excellent preparation, even better execution.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. They'll run with Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5.
That's going to be caught downfield by Anderson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. Rashad White, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Trevor Lawrence, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Again on second down, it's Stroud. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
At the 42-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 34.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. There he goes left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one 28 yards on the ground. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And Chris Barnes there on the stop. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Stroud. Hitting London coming across the field. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
First down, Falcons.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3. Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First down, Atlanta.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. Got a man, it's London. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And they'll begin by running the option. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And Anderson's got it. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Skirts by him at the 35. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 29. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
This is McCaffrey on the give. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
32-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through. That will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
Ball start. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Robinson up the middle. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle. Now 2nd and 5.
At the 22-yard line.
A quick throw here out wide to Pitts. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Touchdown! Gabriel Davis with career touchdown number 60. And the Falcons are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile. People are raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating. Okay, and to be able to still go out and catch the football in open field after going through that, that guy's dynamite.
He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer because they need to come up with something. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Scott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. Oh, able to avoid him. 141 yards rushing for him now to this point. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
First down, Falcons.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. And the Seahawks have had a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Stroud working out of the gun. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. It's taken to the 26. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 11, 2:21 the time left. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be caught. It's Scott. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run. It's a positive play for the offense.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 11.
And completes it once more to Anderson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So still a little work to do here, but they got the much-needed conversion.
So they got that taken care of. Now you would assume onside kick in order to try and get the ball back again, in order to try and kick at least a tying field goal.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it, in the fourth quarter? They had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
And the kick is good, so you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Atlanta, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Chargers leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Chargers and the Browns under the lights on Thursday night.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
On the counter, Etienne.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The Chargers at 8-2 on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They go up the middle with Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Burrow now off the bootleg. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Burrow will throw. That is caught. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the slot man goes in motion left.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Hoffman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hoffman.
And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Touchdown, Browns! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
So that first quarter touchdown does much more than just give them momentum. I mean, this is probably going to go a long way towards erasing what's gone down with them in the last couple of games where they lost both of them.
Yeah, they were struggling going into the open week. Maybe that open week came at a good time.
Sometimes you just have to get away, right? I wonder if they just took the whole philosophy of take the week, get out of here, let's come back and regroup fresh.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, trying to squeeze out.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And finally, he's taken down at the 18.
75 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll drop to throw. Open man here is Gentry. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Travis Etienne with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line,
because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And Burrow going to throw again. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And now it's 2nd down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try to run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. This fielded right at the goal line. And shoves him off at the 20. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the...
And now off to the races, down the right side. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. Right side to Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now he'll try to run with this. A solid stiff arm. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. ETN will score. Touchdown, Chargers. So a strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. off the mark, behind him, incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Cloud keeps moving.
Touchdown, Allen! A big play there. 45 yards.
And the Chargers have taken the lead.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch in a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide
open receiver complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Jamison Williams, 30 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 32-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Hoffman. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And this is incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good games in the late afternoon as well. We'll stay out east and highlight the matchup at MetLife Stadium, where it'll be the Giants taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on third down is Burrow. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
First down, here's Burrow.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now third down and 6 to go. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now back to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Taken right around the 44. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Quick throw there is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Burrow's throw here hauled in by Cup. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow going quickly there, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Now Burrow on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Devin White, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Gets this one quickly out wide. So nothing doing there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Burrow will throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. They'll try the left side with ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Burrow. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Burrow. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
From midfield now, Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Well, he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll make it 3rd down. Burrow on play action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. 21 yards there on third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Joey Bosa collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Here's 3rd and 10. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trying on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. A handoff running left is Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 110 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love it. He ran a hitch route on 3rd
and 6, and normally that's not deep enough to get your first down. I'd say he really ran a hitch plus to make sure he got the first down yardage. Really intelligent route running.
Yeah, because what do you say? Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Hoffman. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Now it's Burrow. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Chubb will get the call, running left. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The Chargers ready to take over. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite-level production.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent excellent field position and only one play to score it. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And the Browns getting set to go.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Here's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Etienne.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. He'll look to throw.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They go up the middle with Chubb.
Down to the 42, second down.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think this is what this game's become now. It just go deep
See if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second and goal. They caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Third and goal, Burrow. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. And I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now ETN to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Los Angeles, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.